Hello.
Hi. Do you speak English?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? We're looking for the Green Line. Do you know where the Green Line is?
And exist.
It doesn't exist.
All of Israel is our land.
All of Israel's yours?
Yeah.
Did the Green Line used to exist?
No, never.
No? You don't recognize the Green Line? There is no Green Line.
God gave us Israel, all of it.
Reporting in the Middle East for over 20 years, I've seen the conflict between Israelis and Palestinians deepen, shift, and return to the same painful questions again and again. At one point, there was hope for a resolution based on the Green Line. Drawn in 1949 to separate Israel from the West Bank and Gaza, it was seen as the boundaries of a possible two-state solution. But today, amid Israel's devastating war in Gaza and the occupation of the West Bank, that vision feels more distant than ever.
الفلسطينيين بدهم حقوقهم، بدهم دولة فلسطينية، حقهم بالحياة، حقهم بانتخاب ممثليهم، حقهم يكون في عندهم بيوت بدون ما يكون في قرارات هدم.
The Green Line still exists on maps, but on the ground it's been blurred, physically, politically, and in ways that continue to inflame the conflict.
How can you have your next door neighbor saying, I want to have a safe house right next door to you, and also I want to kill you and I want to drive you into the sea?
In this series, I'm traveling along the Green Line, meeting Palestinians and Israelis living just kilometers apart, but shaped by vastly different realities, to discover whether peace is still possible and what future they envision.
Now, in this moment, I'm looking and I see the Dome of the Rock, and I see the Al-aqsa, and I know things are going to change in Jerusalem.
In episode 1, I begin in Jerusalem, a city at the heart of the conflict and where divisions run deep.
Excuse me? Do you know where the Green Line is? It used to be here somewhere, I think.
I don't know.
It's not here anymore?
No.
All right, thank you. Do you know where the Green Line is? This way?
Straight.
Okay, shukran. Do you know where the Green Line is?
No idea.
Do you know what the Green Line is?
No idea. I don't know anything about it.
Go from there all the way to the right.
Is it the border? Do I need my passport? No?
You don't need your passport.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Shukran, I'll go find it. Thank you, thank you.
For most of those I ask, the Green Line no longer exists in Jerusalem and hasn't for a long time.
In many ways, the erasure of the Green Line began in 1967, when Israel occupied the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, including here in East Jerusalem. Sorry? What did it?
What that gentleman been saying?
He's saying that Israel never occupied the Gaza Strip or the West Bank, that these territories belong to Israel. They're theirs.
Years after the occupation began, Israel annexed the eastern part of the city, expanding Jerusalem and declaring it as the complete and united capital of Israel. For Palestinians, many of whom were displaced from Western Jerusalem during the creation of Israel in 1948, the ongoing occupation is a painful reminder of the loss of their most important city.
الخط الأسود مش الخط الأخضر.
Why?
لأنه الخط اللي دمر حياة المقدسيين ودمر حياة الفلسطينيين ككل. هو قسم المقدسية وأكلت يعني كل حقوق الفلسطينيين اللي هي already مش عن جد حقوقنا.
Today, does the Green Line still have any meaning for you?
مش عن جد في معنى للخط الأخضر لأنه لا الإسرائيليين محترمينه ولا العالم محترمه. فالخط الأخضر اليوم ولا إشي. This is bullshit in English. هاي الكلمة بعرفها بالإنجليزي.
For me, this is my past and it's my future, and for you, when you come here, it's a story. For us, it's not a story, it's our life and it's our survival. As the Arabs express themselves, they're saying no Jew should live in Israel, and they say it openly. They have an open agenda, not a hidden agenda.
But I think the official position of the Palestinian government, in any case, has been of one of two states. Is that not something you would support?
One of the three characteristics of a Jew is that they're compassionate. And we're compassionate until they're standing with rifles at us, wanting to kill us and kill our children. Then we say, hang on a second, with two-state solution, before we can talk about the two-state solution, we need to say, are you willing to live in peace?
The majority of those living in East Jerusalem are Palestinians. But since the occupation began, an increasing number of Israeli settlers have crossed the Green Line and moved into Palestinian areas of the city.
Shalom.
Tzipora Pils is one such settler. A mother of 10 and a tour guide, she's chosen to raise her family in the Arab neighborhood of Ras Al Amud. Her home is located in the middle of a Jewish cemetery and overlooks one of Islam's holiest sites, the Al-Aqsa mosque compound.
We'll walk around over here. We'll see the view of the Temple Mount.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. We live here for 23 years. This is a very special cemetery because in the redemption, we're going to have the Messiah, we're going to have the temple, and all the dead people are going to become alive again.
Right.
So it's going to start from here, from the Mount of Olives. That's why people...
This is where it's going to...
Exactly, it's going to start from here.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. This is East Jerusalem, and I like to talk about the Jewish settlement in East Jerusalem. You see there's a wall at the end of the trees over there.
Yeah.
They have 10 families living over there. Now all the mountain over there that you see now is empty. That's going to be a big Jewish neighborhood of 300 families.
So who makes that? The Jerusalem municipality, the Israeli government?
The Israeli government, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That will be the eastern neighborhood of Yerushalayim.
What does it feel like for you living, as you described, surrounded by Palestinian Arabs from this community in East Jerusalem?
Well, I feel it's a privilege, okay, living here, because the first reason is making all Yerushalayim, all Jerusalem to be Jewish. That's like one of our aims, and to live overlooking the holiest site, overlooking the Temple Mount. This is the reason why I live here. You see, this is my house over here.
Wow, I have never seen the old city from this perspective.
Yeah, this is amazing,
My
amazing.
God.
The world was founded from this spot, okay? Because over here stood the first temple of King Solomon. Over here is the second temple of King Herod. And I believe over here is going to be the third temple.
So tell me about that. You say you want to build the third temple. Why is that important to you?
After the destruction of the second temple, we were all separated to Poland, Germany, and Morocco, and Yemen. What kept the Jews in all of this country is the coming back to our nation, to our homeland, and rebuilding the third temple. Now, in this moment, I'm looking and I see the Dome of the Rock, and I see the Al-aqsa, and I know that it doesn't have to be in this spot.
So is there a place for both of them to exist, or do you have to actually destroy one of those Islamic sites in order to build the temple?
We cannot have a mosque together with the third temple together. It just doesn't go together.
Meaning one of those structures, the mosque, the Al-aqsa mosque, has to go in order for the temple to be built?
Yes. My daily music, instead of hearing the muezzin calling people to pray, I know that I'm supposed to hear the Levites playing their instruments in the temple. I know what music I'm supposed to hear. This is something temporarily. It's not supposed to be in Israel.
Do you ever see a solution based around two states, one for Israelis, one for Palestinians, based on the Green Line?
Definitely not. To give the Palestinian state, it means to give away, to give up my homeland. The more settlements we'll have in Judea and the more settlements we're going to have in Samaria, that will solve our side, because we need Jews not only living in Tel Aviv and Haifa, we need 2 million, 3 million Jews living in our original homeland. Now you're asking what to do with all the Arabs.
That's a logical question to ask next. I mean, what about all the Arabs that are living already in East Jerusalem, in these neighborhoods that you mentioned?
Okay, so first of all, we have to know that Jerusalem is the capital of the state of Israel. If other people want to live here, they're welcome. They could live in Jerusalem, but they have their obligations, what to do, okay?
If the Palestinians you mentioned were to stay in Jerusalem, what would they need to do exactly?
First of all, recognize that things are going to change in the Temple Mount. We're going to have the third temple, okay? Things are going to change. Look, we have a lot of Arab countries all over the world, okay? And we have only one homeland. Everybody has to accept that this is our homeland.
خلطي كل الألوان
But for Palestinians like Ramzi Abbasi, whose roots to Jerusalem trace back generations, this is the only homeland he's ever known. Like Tzipora, Ramzi is also a tour guide of Jerusalem. With a large following on social media, he creates videos about the issues facing Palestinians in this ancient city.
Hi, Ramzi. How you doing? Kifak. How's it going? Nice to meet you, Matthew.
هون بالضبط كان الجرين لاين.
The green line was here.
Yes, here بالضبط مبني وبيطلع عند الشجر هناك، فالشارع الرئيسي اللي عليه السيارات هو كمان الجرين لاين. أتذكر لما كنت صغير هذا المكان ما بتشوف الأرض، أنت بس بتشوف روس بشر من كتر ما الناس كانت تيجي وكانت البلاد مفتوحة.
If a Palestinian from the Gaza Strip or the West Bank, they want to come to Jerusalem, are they able to?
ما بيقدروا يجوا هون، وممنوع سكان الضفة الغربية سكان غزة يفوتوها إلا بتصريح، وما في تصريح.
And you have a lot of soldiers and police walking around, I guess, huh?
هدول إسرائيلي بوليس موجودين في القدس ضمن قوة الأوكيبيشن، ضمن قوة الاحتلال. غير إنه موجود في البوليس الإسرائيلي كمان في كمية كاميرات فظيعة، يعني بتحكي عن 5000 كاميرا موجودة بس في كيلومتر مربع، وبكون شايفك، عارف مين أنت، عارف شو اسمك، عارف من وين أنت، عارف إذا عندك مثلا أشياء سابقة أنت عاملها.
In 2023, Ramzi was convicted by an Israeli court for communicating with a person affiliated with a terror group and for working with a banned social media platform, charges he vehemently denies.
عمي شو الأخبار؟ هات أسلم عليك.
لا أنا ما بدي أحكي شيء سياسي، أنا بحكي بيني وبينك. أما على التلفزيون لا، اليوم بدك يحبسونا، بدك كذا.
I've been noticing we've been trying to talk with a lot of Palestinians here in East Jerusalem, and a lot of people, they're scared to say anything political. Why is that?
لأنه اليوم أقل كلمة بتم إدخالهم فيها للسجن، حتى لو قلت يعني يا رب احمي أهل غزة مثلا هيك، هذه بيعتبروها تحريض اليوم، فأنت ممكن تدخل على السجن بتهمة إنك أنت بتدعم الإرهاب أو بتدعم شيء خارج عن القانون.
You're not worried about yourself to talk about these things?
ما حدا رح يطلع صوته، أنا بدي أعتبر حالي صوت الناس اللي بتخاف تحكي، لازم إحنا في حدا يحكي عنها، لأنه إذا كلنا نخاف نحكي، بكرة إحنا كلنا بيعملوا لنا تهجير وبيقولوا لنا يلا على الأردن، السلام عليكم، خلصنا، خلص الموضوع، وبيجيبوا هون محلك إسرائيلي يحتلك.
After taking me on a tour, Ramzi joins his family for a meal at their favorite spot, on the rooftops of the old city, overlooking the Al-aqsa compound.
مناكير، واو ما أحلاه. مرحبا، السلام عليكم، العائلة اللطيفة الجميلة اللي أنا بحبها. بنيجي هون لأنه القعدة جميلة، ناخذ نظرة بانورامية على القدس، يعني المساحات الخضراء للأطفال أو للعائلات تقعد فيها بالقدس بشرق القدس مش موجودة كتير. ما عندنا مساحات كتير نروح عليها لأنه بسبب إنه الاحتلال مستولي على كل شيء وبيعمل كل شيء لإله مش لإلنا.
How is it to live in Jerusalem?
يعني أنا إنسانة بحب بلدي وبحب أكون فيها ومبسوط فيها، بس الوضع اللي بتمر فيه البلد وضع سيء جدا، بيأثر على نفسيتنا، بيأثر على مشاعرنا إنها تكون هيك ملخبطة. السبب اللي بخلينا عن جد بنحس بهذا الخوف وجود المحتل. انت دائما انت بالنسبه لإلهم المحتل بشوفنا ان احنا اشخاص خطر عليهم، فانت معرض للخطر منهم.
The Israelis will say they're doing all of this because they're worried about attacks from Palestinians, that they need to do all this for self-defense. What do you say to that?
فعمليا احنا الواضح واضح قدام الناس بدون اي بروباغندا وبدون اي فلسفه وبدون اي تمثيل، واضح انه الطرف المحتل وانه الطرف اللي تحت الاحتلال. فهو بده يدافع عن نفسه عن ايش؟ عن ايش بده يدافع عن نفسه؟ عن وجوده هون؟ اعطي الناس حقوقها، خليها تعيش. ما حدا رح يعمل فيك 7 اكتوبر.
So what's the solution then?
يعني نضحك على بعض، احنا بنضحك على بعض، نحكي جوكينج، يعني هلا انت بتحكي نكته، ما في حل. يعني انا في حقوق الي العالم كلها معترف فيها، ما حدا معطيني اياها، ايش الحل؟ عمليه سلام مقابل انه يعطونا دوله فلسطينيه، ما في حل. عوده لاجئين، مش عمالهم برجعوا لاجئين، ما في حل، بالعكس بدهم يطردوا الناس. فالحل الوحيد اللي لازم يصير انه الطرف المحتل يعترف بحقوقنا، خلص.
As we eat, a group of a few dozen Jewish Israeli women turn up on a tour of their own. Leading the group is Tzipora.
How's it going? We're filming. How are you? We're filming.
מסתכלת על מסתכלת מהחלון ורואה את מקום המקדש. אז זכות מאוד מאוד גדולה לגור במקום הזה, והציפייה היא משהו מוחשי שנוכח וקיים כל יום.
We've been going around the old city today just meeting all kinds of people, and it's funny we came across you here.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
The tour, the whole aim of it, first of all, a connection between mothers and daughters. None of the women over here are from Jerusalem. All of them are out of Jerusalem to increase the rebuilding of the temple. That's the whole aim of the tour. So this is what we do.
كثير سيء إنه أنا قاعد هون ببلدي بموطني وأسمع إنه هدول الناس جايين بدهم يدمروا المسجد. إنك تسمع هذا الحكي وبيحكوه بشكل كول يعني صبابة بسيط يعني إنه إشي عادي يعني مش تصرف بإنسان سوي أو إنسان في جواته إشي صحيح بمخه، في إشي غلط بمخه. هدول مستعدين يهدموا كل شيء عشان يحققوا بس أحلامهم.
In the next episode, I'll travel north along the Green Line to the city of Tulkarem, meeting Palestinians displaced from their homes and speaking with Israelis living in towns just across the wall, facing the edge of the West Bank.